Let's be honest. You did not leave your 9 to 5 so that you could prospect 24/7. Now, I'm recording this just before the 4th of July holiday, and my coach just this week dropped a bomb that I loved. He said, Justin, the 4th of July is my favorite holiday because it's the entrepreneur's holiday. It's a holiday that speaks to those of us who have stepped out, taken a risk, and founded something great. He said, you should be commended, and all the people that you lead should be commended. This is their holiday. It's one of freedom and independence. And yet I ask you, do you feel that way? Do you feel like you've got complete freedom and independence, or do you feel like you're on a treadmill that you can never get off? In fact, maybe in recent years, you felt like you've had to run even faster to just make what you've made in the past. So if that's how you feel, this episode's for you. I'm going to give you some key tips on how you can leverage today's technology to set you free, to actually make it to where you're not endlessly prospecting. Or if you're in a relationship-based business like many of you, you're not endlessly nurturing. You don't feel like you have to play politician wherever you go because you might bump into a prospect. Wouldn't it be nice to have a business in which today's technology, we're bringing you opportunities, not cold leads, not tire kickers. We're not talking getting leads from some big internet portal. I'm talking about your prospects. I'm talking about your trusted clients. Opportunities identified and brought on a silver platter to you from those people who already trust you. Wouldn't that be better? That's what we're going to talk about today. All right, so let's kick this off by sharing the fact that you're probably in one of 3 camps. Camp number 1 is that you're building, like it's time to go and grow and go, right? That's camp number 1. Camp number 2 is like, my business is good and I'm actually ready to really scale by acquiring the businesses of other people. You recognize the stats. If you're in real estate, you recognize the fact that 34% of all real estate agents are over the age of 60. That equates to 510,000 of them who are at or near retirement age. And or you might be in a spot where you are actually the one that wants to exit. You're like, I've been doing this for a long time. I built a great business and I actually want to go do things that don't include business. Now, here's a key about this is sometimes people are like, I could never retire. I'd be bored and I need a little bit of income coming in, right? Well, you don't have to give up your whole business. You could just give up the grind, right? Give up all but maybe 20, 30 clients. Give over that database to someone else to have them do it for you, nurture the rest of it, and then you could maintain a nice little lifestyle business. So maybe you're in that camp, camp 3. Now, if you don't find yourself in any of those 3 camps, I don't know that I can help you. But if you do find yourself in one of those 3 camps, I do believe I can. And here's what I want you to know, is that normally the way that businesses work in the professional services space, in the real estate space, now the way that you've been trained to do business is you nurture a database of 300, 400, 500 people, and maybe some additional cold market strategies outside of that. But that warm market database, you're loving on those people regularly. And you're doing it under the premise that when they need you, they're going to come to you, which is great, right? There's nothing wrong with that. However, maybe you're like, man, it's exhausting. And also it takes an emotional toll when somebody chooses me after I've loved on them for a long time. They choose somebody else. I take it personal. It hurts, right? So that's the way that business has been taught. I'm here to tell you, when you do it that way, in one sense, you're a bit of a glorified order taker. In other words, you're waiting for the client to come to you telling you that they have a need. And I'm also here to tell you that in today's technology world, you don't have to wait for other people to tell you that they have a need. There's technology out there that will actually identify what's happening in the life of that client and what's happening with their property holdings to where you could anticipate. Now, I think all of us love professionals who don't just do what we ask, although that's nice too, but they actually take the added step of anticipating what we need. And I actually meet us at a spot where they anticipate and they come to us and say, hey, I'm seeing your situation here. I might have an opportunity that's valuable for you. Why don't we have a conversation? Now imagine that. Imagine if you're on the consumer side of that, where you could, it's almost like the difference between driving with somebody, right? And I want to give you this analogy. My wife, oftentimes when we're driving, I feel her pumping the air brake over on her side of the car. She's in the passenger seat. There's no real brake over there, but she's concerned about my driving, right? Maybe I'm glancing at my phone. Maybe I'm talking to the kids in the back. And all of a sudden she's like thinking that she's got to drive for me, even reach over and grab the steering wheel, right? That's no fun to be a passenger in a car like that, because you feel like if you're not driving, like you're going to get into an accident. Well, that's how many of the consumers that you might be serving are feeling. Because they're saying, if I don't speak up and look at refinancing or consolidating my portfolio or changing my strategy to look like this, if I don't say something, my professional's not going to know. What kind of professional is that? One that's waiting for the consumer to come tell them what to do. That's not leading, that's following, that's order taking. And by the way, that doesn't demand much respect, and ultimately that role will be replaced by somebody who gets to you sooner. Because here's the future of service-based businesses. Here's the future of those who are truly free, who have independence, is that they allow today's modern technology to analyze the situation of their clients. And then they let those opportunities come to the professional, and the professional then reaches out proactively, right? I know that when my wife's taking a nap in the car and I'm driving, she trusts the fact that I know what I'm doing, I got my eyes on the road, and I'm taking care of her. That's how those in your database want to feel. They want to feel that security. They want to feel that safety. They want to know that you're watching the road ahead of them, so that they don't have to. But many professionals don't operate that way. They can't, because they haven't leveraged the fact that today's technology can actually analyze the property data of all of your clients and bring that information to the professional so the professional can properly steer their car, right? So, and by the way, all of this again is what makes you a leader, not a follower. This is what actually puts you out ahead and makes your clients not resent the fact that you got paid at the closing or got paid on a specific transaction, because you looked out for them, you brought the opportunity to them. I'm telling you, that is the future of well-paid professional. It's not order taking. It's not waiting for the client to come to them, right? It's you going to the client. And by the way, you don't have a crystal ball, but you do have technology that almost acts like that. You do have technology that has been developed today and can be deployed in your business right away, that can actually give you that foresight and that ability to truly lead, giving you the ability to not have to endlessly prospect, and giving you the ability to not have to endlessly nurture a database hoping that people will come to you. This is the future of well-paid service professionals. This is the modern day advisor. If this is at all interesting to you, I want you to DM me and say, tell me more about this technology. I would love to know more about it, and I will direct you to several links that will help you to identify what might be the best opportunity for you. So again, I want to thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. Please like this video if this has been insightful for you. If you believe also that this is the future of well-paid professionals like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode.